I never thought betrayal would come from my own family. Yet there I was, working myself to the bone, handing over every spare dollar, smiling like a fool while they drained me dry. For years, I carried them, paid their bills, covered their rent, bought their groceries. And each time, I told myself it was love. That's what family does, right? We take care of each other. We sacrifice. We step up when no one else will. But there's a thin line between love and being used. And I didn't see it, not until one night when everything came crashing down. It was close to midnight after another brutal shift. I was exhausted, feet aching, back stiff, the kind of tired where even breathing feels heavy. I just wanted to crawl into bed, but then my phone buzzed. Lena was calling. My younger sister. That was strange. Lena never called me this late. Usually she texted when she needed money. I hesitated for a moment, then swiped to answer. Hello. Silence. At first, I thought maybe the connection had dropped. But then I heard it. Voices in the background, muffled and layered over the sound of clinking glasses. Laughter. Music. It was a party. My chest tightened. A party I wasn't invited to. A party they hadn't even mentioned to me. I was seconds away from hanging up when I heard my name. Unbelievable how Aisha still thinks she's saving us, my mother, Farah, said. Her tone was dripping with sarcasm, sharp enough to cut. The people around her laughed. Lena chimed in, her voice loud and mocking. She acts like some kind of guardian angel, like we'd collapse without her. Another wave of laughter. Then Omar, my brother, added smugly, well, technically we would. The words hit me like a punch to the stomach. My throat went dry, my hand tightening around the phone until it hurt. Farah scoffed again. She doesn't do it because she cares. She does it because we guilt her. She'll never let us struggle. That's the fun part. She can't stand watching us in need. So we push. And she gives in. Laughter erupted, filling the background. My own family, laughing at me like I was their personal joke. I stayed silent, my heart pounding, my stomach sinking deeper and deeper. Then Lena spoke again, her voice casual, cruel. Didn't she just get a raise? She can cover more now. Rent, groceries, and hey, mom's spa days. I felt sick. The money I thought was holding them together, the money I believed was saving them, it wasn't about survival. It wasn't about keeping a roof over their heads. It was luxury, vacations, shopping, pampering. She tried setting boundaries once, remember? Lena laughed. Omar snorted. Yeah, and one guilt trip later, she folded. Predictable. Their laughter grew louder, more confident, as if mocking me had become their favorite family game. She's boring anyway, Lena added dismissively. All work, no life. No personality. Just money. And then, like a final knife to the chest, my mother's voice cut through the noise. At least she's useful for something. That was the moment I snapped. But I didn't scream. I didn't throw the phone. I didn't demand answers. I just sat there in silence, letting their words burn themselves into me like fire. They thought I was weak, predictable, easy, fine. Let them think that. So finally I spoke, steady and low. Hello. Instantly, the line went dead. They hung up. No excuses. No scrambling to cover themselves. No apologies. Just silence. And in that silence, I realized something. They weren't ashamed. They weren't guilty. They were only caught. A few days later, I walked into the house I had been paying for, the house I sacrificed nights, weekends, and my health to keep standing. The performance began the second I stepped inside. Sweetheart, Farah greeted, her voice warm, too sweet. We were just talking about you. Lena sighed dramatically, tossing her hair like she was in a movie. Rent's gone up again. Can you believe it? Omar leaned back, shaking his head, playing the role of the struggling son. We're barely scraping by. Then came the ask, wrapped in fake love. Farah leaned closer, her hand resting on mine, her smile soft. Could you cover the difference? Just until we figure things out. I smiled back. Of course. Their faces lit up with relief, smug and satisfied. They thought they had me again. They thought I'd never change. But deep down, I already knew I was done. This was the last time they'd ever see a dime from me. When the rent came due, the real games began. My phone blew up, endless calls, desperate texts, pleading voicemails. At first, I ignored them. I'd stare at my phone vibrating across the counter and let it buzz until it stopped. But then Lena texted me directly, "Please, we'll be evicted." I stared at those words for a long time. A part of me, the old me, wanted to give in, to rush over, wallet in hand, and save them one more time. But then I remembered that night. The laughter. The way they mocked me. The way my mother said I was only useful. I called Lena back. She answered instantly, her voice panicked. Thank God. The landlord's serious this time. Please, just this once. I cut her off. My voice was ice. I heard everything. Silence. The call. I continued. The laughter. You calling me your personal bank. You mocking me. Do you think I wouldn't notice? The vacations, the shopping, the fine dining, while I kill myself working overtime to cover your rent. Lena stammered. But we needed you. No, I snapped. My voice was sharper than it had ever been. You didn't need me. You used me. You wanted comfort, not survival. And I'm done. I am not your ATM. I am not your safety net. I'm done. In the background, I could hear my mother shouting, telling Lena to fix it, to make me cave. But I didn't waver. Not this time. I won't be paying your rent. Figure it out yourselves. Welcome to the real world. And with that, I hung up. They didn't take it well. For weeks, my phone became a battlefield. Please. Guilt trips. Manipulation. Messages filled with half-baked apologies, quickly turning into anger when I didn't reply. They tried every trick, crying, threatening, blaming, even promising they'd change. I ignored them all. And then finally, silence. The call stopped. The text slowed. And when the eviction notice came, I didn't swoop in. I didn't rescue them. I didn't save the day. For the first time, they had to live with the consequences of their choices. And for the first time in years, I felt free. Looking back, I sometimes wonder how I let it go on for so long. Why I kept giving, even when it nearly broke me. Maybe it was love. Maybe it was fear. Maybe I just wanted to believe that family meant loyalty. But the truth is, family isn't about blood. It's about respect. And when respect is gone, all that's left is manipulation. Walking away was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was also the most liberating. Because sometimes revenge isn't about screaming fights or slamming doors. It's not about one explosive moment. Sometimes, the greatest revenge is quiet. It's refusing to play their game. It's stepping back and letting people drown in the mess they created without you. And that's exactly what I did. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories of family, betrayal, and strength.